Hello everyone and welcome back to another Figurehead Reviews video, and today we are taking a look at the Martian Manhunter as he appears in the Supergirl TV show from the DC Multiverse Clayface Collect and Connect wave. Here we have the Manhunter in the front window box. We have some artwork on the side here, some more artwork, and again artwork, and then we get the same thing on the back side here, along with all the other figures needed in the wave to complete the Clayface Collect and Connect figure. And up the top here, we do have the read-up, Shapeshifter J'onn J'onzz, Martian Manhunter, the last son of Mars, is bound to his promise to protect Alex Danvers. And at the bottom, we do have the UPC code, so you can check with your local retailer to see if they have this in stock. But enough about that, let's go ahead and get this open and take a look at the Martian Manhunter. And here is the Martian Manhunter outside of the packaging, and right out of the gate we can see this character is based on the existing multiverse articulation, which means it's limited. You can see how far that cape was sticking out, and there's a bit of a crease right here where the cape was stored in the plastic holder there inside the box, and it's actually caused the cape to flare out like that. It can probably be fixed pretty easily, but I wanted to show what it looked like right out of the packaging, as that's kind of caused him to be a little unbalanced. He does come with some accessories, so we're going to get a better look at those accessories, and then we're going to get a better look at the sculpt and articulation on the Martian Manhunter. And the Manhunter does come with a couple of accessories. Of course, he comes with his Collect and Connect piece for Clayface, which we'll look at once we put them together. And real quick, we'll take a look. He does come with two open hands. Not really sure what they're meant for. They're too open to really grab much of anything, but they do just port in. Very simple. You have the straight pegs of the Multiverse line. There you go. They pop off. Straight peg, pop it in, and there you go. You do get an open hand for whatever. And then he does come with the Black Mercy, which was featured in one of the episodes, and actually it looks close enough to the comic version of what the Black Mercy is that it could be used if you wanted to, just for some displays. And the vines here can kind of come in, tuck under, and then there you go. You got the Black Mercy sitting on top of Supergirl, just like it was in the TV show. And it is very bendable and flexible, and the paint on it's actually not that bad. It's not too complicated of a thing. And like I said, it could work for the comic book versions as well. Pull a couple of the vines up over the shoulders, and there you go. You got a Black Mercy on Superman as well. So pretty cool stuff. But let's go ahead and get a better look now at the Martian Manhunter himself. And getting in up close here on the Manhunter, pretty decent face sculpt actually. I haven't watched the TV show, but from looking at the picture on the box, it's a pretty decent likeness and really well sculpted. I imagine though he doesn't have a scar going down his lip, and that's probably an imperfection in my mold. Right there on his chin, right there, going across his lip, but hardly noticeable. The eyes came out looking okay. He's got some decent shadowing there on the brow, and then again on the forehead, which came out looking good. And of course he does have that classic elongated skull, so that looks really cool. So decent head sculpt. Looking down at the rest of the figure, we do get some pretty cool design work here on his costume. So you get some texturing there on the chest plates and on the shoulder, which is pretty cool. One thing I was surprised about with this cape is it's not glued in, at least not on mine. It just sort of pops in the back, and the cape is just a flexible material, so nothing crazy there. As a matter of fact, is it the same? Nope, it's not the same as the Superman cape. I thought it might have been the same as the Superman cape. But mine just was able to push it right back in there, and there it stayed. So I just thought that was kind of weird, but what the heck, we'll leave it out for the rest of this. Continuing down though, we do get that classic Manhunter look to his costume, which I think again they did a great job. And again, I always commend Mattel for their sharp line work, which again is looking really good here. Same thing on the blues. There's that open hand, and you can definitely see it's a gloved hand. Same thing with the fist. Not sure how I feel about the fist sort of having that inward turn. Since they're not on a hinge, that is stuck that way. But yeah. And then there's really nothing else going on down here. You just have some line work on the pants. Looks like it's bunched up there just above the boot, and then of course he has the boots. So, but yeah, decent design to him, and again, well painted. And looking at his height, we can see, I know it's hard to see on camera, but he's just a little over 6¼ inches tall, so about 6½ inches tall, so not too bad on the scale. As far as articulation goes, as I mentioned, this is the old Mattel sculpting or body style, so he can look to the side, but unfortunately it forces his head to turn up, so you can't have him looking to his side and down. And he doesn't really get any down. He gets a little bit up, but that's about it. So not a whole lot going on with the head sculpt as far as the head articulation, unfortunately. He does have his arms that can go not even at a full 90 degrees. You do get full rotation though. He does have a upper bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, which has no rotation and doesn't even give us a full 90 degrees there. No hinge, so we only have rotation at the wrist. He does have an ab crunch that can actually go down pretty far and can go back pretty far as well. He does have waist articulation. He's got the older style Mattel leg joints, so they do go far apart and you get that gap there. Also want to point out mine, you can see right there the stress mark. So not that you're going to be posing him with his legs that far apart, but just be cautious. You're going to get some stress marks there on the plastic. He has this lower thigh cut down here, single jointed knee, which can not even get a full 90 degrees. Oh, I forgot to mention too, he can kick forward about that far and backwards about that far. And then he does only have a hinge at the ankle. So very limited articulation, unfortunately, with this guy. And for a quick comparison, here is the Manhunter standing next to his TV show counterpart, Supergirl, which I believe was from the Doomsday Wave. And here we have him standing next to all the other figures in this wave, with the exception of the Collect and Connect figure. You have the Rebirth Superman, Batwoman, Two-Face, and Jessica Cruz. And that about does it for this review, everyone. And honestly, not a lot to say about this figure, unless you are specifically collecting the Arrowverse characters, the TV universe characters, or obviously just completing the Clayface figure. This may not be a figure to really concern yourself with. The limited articulation doesn't get him in very many poses. That's why I just have him standing here. If anything, he'll at least fill a shelf to be, in my opinion, a background character. Just very limited articulation and a big letdown when you can only have these vanilla poses like this. So a well-designed character, decent face sculpt, just wasted on this body mold. But as I said, that is it, guys. If you like this review, please make sure to hit that like button down below. Leave a comment if you have a comment on this figure. If you disagree with me, agree with me, I'd love to hear back from you. And make sure to hit that subscribe button for the Clayface review that is coming up next, so you can get notified when that drops. And aside from that, thanks for watching the video and have a great day.